Hey guys, Mr. Kevin here, coming at you with a video in a new series on kickboxing basics. In this video, we're going to be going over our basic guard position or our fighting stance that we would normally use in sparring. And we also build off when we work in Krav Maga. Okay? And then follow-up videos, we're going to talk about some basic footwork, single striking, combinations, and maybe go over some workout videos for you guys to use to practice at home, to practice the combinations we use in class, whether we're using bags or mitts or shadow working with cones on the floor. Okay, so that's what this series is going to address. Today, we're just going to go over our basic guard position. Now, my basic guard needs to achieve three things. One, I need a good base. Right? When I take a punch or I throw a punch or I throw a kick, I need to make sure that I'm balanced. If my feet are together, my heels are on the floor and I'm flat, then when I get hit or I try to generate power, I'm not going to have a lot of success there. Right? Imagine my feet are together and somebody pushes me from this position, I'm going to tip over backwards over my heels. We don't want that to happen. Even if I have my hands up, I want to be able to take a nice cross and still have something behind me in order to absorb that impact. Okay, so first things first, we got to make sure we have a good base. Second, we got to make sure our hands are up and ready. Whether we're throwing a punch, we're ready to defend, our hands need to come back into a position that maximizes my reaction time as well as keeps me safe. And number three, we need to be active in that stance. We're bouncing, we're fluid, we're moving in and out. So I need to make sure I'm on the balls of my feet, I'm not flat on the floor, my legs are locked out. Okay, so let's get into that stance. We're going to put our dominant foot back. So if you're right-handed, we're going to put the right foot back. If you're left-handed, we're going to put the left foot back. Normally in class, we go right foot back, so that way we're all on the same page. So I'm going to take that right foot, and normally I'm not standing like a nice shoulder width apart, like I'm standing here having a natural conversation with somebody. I'm going to take that same distance my feet are apart, and I'm going to step that right foot back, that same distance, a nice comfortable position. It shouldn't be too long, not too short. Okay, I want to have a good base behind me. Okay, and then I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to sink into the floor so that I can generate power. I can push off the floor. I can take impacts. I want that nice bend in the knee, right, and get nice and low. Now my hands, my right hand is going to go up to my right cheek, and then I'm going to sink my elbow down so I can protect not only the side of my body and my ribs, but also my chin and part of my face. Okay, we're going to keep this hand locked in here. Now my left hand can go into the same position on the left side, or it can come out a little bit further for our base. Either one is okay. We just want to make sure that these knuckles are up near the cheeks. We don't want to have our hands below our chin because we're not going to get our hands up in time to throw a punch or to defend from this position, and it's just not overall that helpful. All right? We don't want our hands in front of our mouth because then we get punched in the guard. We're going to end up punching ourselves in the mouth. All right? We want to have those hands up in a nice position below the chin, below the eye level, at the cheeks. Elbows down, protecting the side of the body, and then again, lowering our body. And the last thing, we're going to tuck this chin down to protect our chin, and the shoulders are going to go up just ever so slightly. So now I'm making myself a smaller target. I'm limiting the areas that the opponent can strike, and now I'm moving, I'm fluid. Okay, this hand can be a little bit further out to strike, or it can come back for a little bit more defense. Okay, now when I'm stepping here, when I'm stepping forward or back, I'm making sure the weight is on the balls of my feet. Okay, my back foot is a little turned. Okay, this way I can have a stronger base behind me. I can push off and rotate my hip into my pivoted cross, which we'll go over in a following video. So that back foot's going to have a little 45-degree turn, I would say. Not quite 90, so a little bit of an angle here. Okay, so again, the bending those knees, and our chin's down, our shoulders are up, my hands are up in front of me, and my eyes are locked in. Okay, now last thing, we want to make sure that the weight distribution on our feet are on the balls of our feet, as I said, but also about 50-50. I don't want all of my weight on my back foot. I don't want all of my weight on my front foot. I want about 50-50 so I can shift that weight from foot to foot, whether I'm moving forward, moving back, generating power, sliding in, sliding back, and other things we're going to go over in future videos. But this is going to be our base position we always come back to when we're not throwing an attack. When we're not defending, we want to be right here so we can extend our body in any direction, okay? That's going to be your first video on our basic guard. Watch out for the next video. We're going to talk about how to move in that guard position. Catch you guys later.